Okay, so this video is going to be about the 811 call before you dig service. If you've ever used this, please let me know in the comments below. It's been quite frustrating. So anyways, I always see it advertised where 811, go online or call before you dig if you're going to be installing a fence, what have you. Okay, so this is a national program, meaning all of the United States. So I don't know specifics on every single state, so I don't know if they vary slightly, but basically the entire point of the call before you dig, and as you can see here, I'm just kind of scrolling through the website that I was on, but the entire point of the call before you dig is like, if you're installing a fence, a pole, a garden, whatever, if you have to dig the ground up on your property, you contact this 811 call before you dig service in your state. You can see right here, it's Connecticut, but each state has this 811 service. And then they come out and they mark your utility line. So if you have underground electric, not everyone has underground electric, water, sewer, gas line, what have you, okay? So I'm going to be installing a fence. That's the whole reason I wanted to call. I actually did it online. So it's like, okay, when are you going to do it, etc. There's all these questions. You fill it out and they come out. Now, each utility is going to probably come out separately, again, depending on your, local area. But mine came out separately, and I'm like, okay. So the first thing that they did was they marked the water line on the road. Like, hey, this is where the water line is on the road. And they marked the sewer line, which is like underneath, I don't mean on the road, of course, underneath the road. And the sewer line, which is underneath the road out from the house. I'm like, okay, well, obviously I'm not going to be putting a fence on the sidewalk or on the road. Okay, whatever, maybe they're going to be coming back. So then the other utilities come and mark it on the road, not anywhere on my property. So I'm like, what is this? Like, why? Like, they're so big and call before you dig, 811, it's a free service. Like, you want to make sure, like, our utilities are safe and you're safe and all this. And I agree with that. Of course, you don't want to hit any kind of pipe when you're digging, right? I agree with that. But I'm like, how is this service actually helping people? Like a homeowner or a renter that's like able to do work themselves. How is this actually helping these types of people, including me? Okay, so I want to read this to you here. It says, when do you need a private utility locator? And this is their big thing. You basically need a private utility locator for this entire thing. So I don't even know what the point of 811 is. But it says anyone planning on digging should call a private utility locator to have non-public utility lines identified. Especially if you are unfamiliar with the dig site location, it is good to have a contact it is good to contact a private utility locator in conjunction with 811 to ensure that your work site is properly assessed to avoid injury. And you can read the rest. Really? Okay, so basically they mark their lines, which are not on your property. So once, again, your property, or if you rent from somebody and you're able to dig, right? Once it gets underneath your property, they don't mark those lines. Which brings me back to the entire point. What is the point of 811? What's the point of 811? Because they mark their lines, but yet the whole contact form online, hey, where are you going to be digging? Are you going to be digging a fence? Do you want us to check the front, the back, the right side, the left side? Please let us know. And I'm thinking, okay. So I even inquired back. I'm like, they marked on the road, but they didn't mark on my property. I'm going to obviously be putting a fence on my property or where I rent. And, I'm allowed to do this. But no, they don't do that. So please let me know in the comments, what's the point? You just have to contact a private utility company anyways.